Welcome to our math class. I'm so happy to see you guys join on time. Today is Thursday, October the 24th. Link to class nearby in the chat. Please join using your first names. Amy, welcome. Agenda and reminders. Here are the modules that were assigned to you for this week. Notice 6.04 quiz was due yesterday. We went over in a live session yesterday. If you need help, watch the recording and see the fun that we had. 6.07 quiz is due tomorrow, and I will go over it with you tomorrow in a live session after 5th period. Lesson target. In this lesson, you will learn to make predictions from scatter plots using trend lines. We will actually also construct and describe scatter plots. We will construct this time, partial construction. So our first activity is here. It's going to be time to climb over the scatter plot. Make sure you're near part so you can participate. We'll choose a character, join the game. The music tells me to start game. That's why I always try to play the music now. And I do hit join game and I hit start game now. Question 1. How many calories are in a smoothie that contains 56 grams of sugar? Those of you who have answered very precisely. Very good, very good. Let's see how you guys answered. Very good, very good. I know a lot of you did not get a chance to answer at all. Question 2. How many grams of sugar are in a smoothie that contains 320 calories? Seems like almost everybody who is answering correctly, except for maybe one. So you guys are showing me mastery over reading the scatter plots. Wonderful. This is how you guys have answered. Look at how you guys are moving forward. Almost everybody who answered is moving forward. Very good, very good. Final question. Make sure to try your, Kaden, you misclicked. Final question, try your best. What tends to happen to the number of calories as number of grams of sugar increases? The word is increases. I is missing, starts with letter N, increases. That's a little typo. So what tends to happen to the number of calories as the number of grams of sugar increases? And it was a reading question, allowed you more time. So you read carefully and answer to your best. Almost everybody who have answered correctly so far, but just maybe one. Look at how we show progress by moving forward. Very good, very good. Congratulations, Jaden. Very good, very good. Followed by Marissa and Amy. Followed by Safa, Jesus, Bryce, Julia, and Kyler. Here are the questions from Time to Climb. As a class, you have shown me 95% mastery, but yet I will turn the timer on for a minute, look at the solutions, see if you have any questions. Once you check the answers and you agree to them, put a check mark. Otherwise, raise your hand and ask your point of confusions. I see Safa sketching lines through the graph to make sure the answers look correct. We want to see actively working slides. Look at the questions and the respective answers. See if you agree to them. Amy not only put a check mark, Amy put right here. So I know Amy's saying I am at mastery. Please make sure to use the red, yellow, green dots throughout the sessions to let me know where you're in the learning process so I can help you to my best. Timer says it's time and there are no questions. That means we are ready to move on. During yesterday's session, we were paused on a question that had no correlation. Some of you had a trend line on it, others did not. So here I wanted us to take some time and think deeper about scatter plots that have no solution or no correlation. So here is going to be the reasoning part. Here is going to be the reasoning part for everybody. There is no image to the question. It's a discussion question. So a data set has no correlation. Is it possible to find a line of fit for the data? Explain. 3-minute timer starts now. Make sure you add details to your answer. Utilize the 3-minute time to practice thoughtful, well-composed writing. Your timer starts now. Two minutes more. Think, write, edit, so you can make the best possible contribution. And as you are posting, if you also want to hop on the mic and speak about it, you will keep your hand raised so that we can let you speak on the mic. I will allow the mic to you. It will be all yours. And you can also speak about your post. So the rule is you'll raise your hand so you don't miss the opportunity to speak about your post. And that is highly, highly encouraged. Like writing is a skill. Speaking is also a big major skill that we want to learn in today's world. People see how you will speak. If I'm going to speak in boring tone, I'm going to just give you partial information. If my thoughts are not connected, if I do not know what I'm speaking about, notice so many of you guys would not be in my class and trying to listen to me, right? So speaking is a skill. It will come with practice, and use this class time to practice the skill. So your hands will be raised if you want the mic to be turned over to you and you would want to speak about your post. Timer says 40 seconds more if you haven't posted yet. Look at the detailed responses from almost everybody. Wonderful responses. Jaden says, I personally do not think you can have a line of best fit. The dots are too scattered to find a pattern or a fit for a line through them without being too out of place. Jaden, this is a wonderful post. Caden, if the data set has no relation, it means the points are broadly scattered. No positive or negative relationship can be formed. Thus, it is not possible to find a line of fit for the data. Well written out. Amy, there is no correlation. I think it isn't possible to find a fitting line for the data, since there will be no pattern in the dots. Safa, no, I wouldn't say it's possible, because most likely the points would be everywhere and scattered. Very good, Safa. Kyler, if a data set has no relationship, very much like Caden's post and Kyler's post, exactly a like post. Zachary, yes, a line of fit can be drawn. Look at Zachary. A line of fit can be drawn, but it will not represent any meaningful relationship in the data. Amy says, oh, that is so thoughtful. Absolutely. Brianna, it is. You can still find a line that approximates the data points. Alyssa, no. Since the dots are all over the graph scattered, I wouldn't think it will be possible to find a line. And Eleanor has the final post, and Eleanor says, no, because more and likely the points are scattered, so you won't be able to find the line. Such wonderful contributions. And nice good practice of thoughtful, well-composed piece of writing. Next, we will practice a little quiz. So you will answer this question on the quiz. You will tell me positive, negative, or no correlation. It is a mini quiz with 2 problems only. 1 minute 30 seconds timer. Starts now. Tell the correlation for the scatter plot shown. Here's the scatter plot. Then there's also a second one. You will tell the correlation for the scatter plot, and this is the scatter plot. Think before you answer very precisely. We still have 30 seconds more to answer. Safa, Kyler, Sarah, Bryce, Alyssa, Julia, Zachary, Ryan. We want responses. Timer is running out pretty fast. 10 seconds more only. And it is time. Let me share with you the results. So the results say 33% people did not answer. 33 is 1/3 of the class. You guys did not answer at all. So out of the rest, 66%, 16% missed the question, but 50% got it right. And the first answer was no correlation. The next one was negative. And here are the questions. I'll turn the timer on for another minute. Timer is on. Look at the answers. Once you have looked at them, put a check mark. If you have questions, do not hesitate to ask your point of confusion. We still have 15 seconds more. Look carefully at the answers. See if you agree to them or disagree to them or have any questions. Our class, including myself, will be there to help you out. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Timer says it's time. Let's move on. Remember, I'm going to fulfill my commitment and I'm going to allow you a chance to construct, but partially construct. And here it is. This is an open-ended question. Open-ended questions are those where your answers are not going to be incorrect. Everybody will have slightly different answers, and there's going to be very little to no margin for being wrong. Very little to no margin to being wrong, right? So the problem reads, how do you see it? The scatter plot shows part of a data set and a line of fit for the data set. 4 data points are missing. 4 data points are missing. You will choose possible coordinates for those data points. I will allow only 2 minutes, and your 2-minute timer to go graph the 4 missing points starts now. Your 2-minute timer to graph the 4 missing points starts now. If you want, you can write down ordered pairs. If you want, you can graph the points. Both perfectly fine. After the 2-minute timer turns off, we will do a little quick gallery walk, and I will display your slides to the class to show them what points you came up with for the question. So definitely, if you will not answer, it will show that you did not answer to the rest of the class. So it is going to be a good idea to have an actively working slide. Amy, it does work. And your points are quite very precise on the linear, on the line, trend line, showing very linear relationship, Amy. Then Dianis, yes. Your dots do confirm the trend. Eleanor, you're showing me very linear points, Eleanor, by putting dots on the line. Caden, very good. Your points are quite around the line to show strong positive correlation. Brianna heading in the right direction. Jesus heading in the right direction. Julia heading in the right direction. Marissa heading in the right direction. And Safa heading in the right direction. Alyssa heading in the right direction. You will see the wonderful work from your class in a little bit, in 30 seconds. You will see how creative some of the classmates are. Okay, hold tight. Because you have seen so many scatter plots by now, this is your time to show your creativity. Let's see. I start to present your slides. We will do a little gallery walk for your work. We start with Alyssa. Alyssa, you start with letter A. That's the first slide that I have. Alyssa's points are the black points. Class, if you want to speak about your slide as it is presented, please make sure to raise your hand. I will pause. I will hand the mic over to you so you can present your slide. So here's Alyssa's slide. The black dots represent Alyssa's points. Alyssa is also listing out ordered pairs. This is Amy's slide. The missing 4 dots lie on the line, showing quite a linear relationship. Strong, positive, linear relationship. Brandon is still thinking. Amy says, I like how Alyssa also showed the y-intercept. Let's go back. Beautiful. Amy, you have a really good observation. Alyssa, Amy has a feedback. Amy likes how you have represented your y-intercept. Very good. And here's Amy. Brandon is still thinking. Brianna's slide is here. Brianna's dots are not precisely on the line. They are very close to the line to show the scatteredness. Very good, Brianna. Bryce is still thinking. Caden is here. Look at Caden's dots. A few are higher and two are lower, and the line is going strictly in the middle. Nice, Caden. This is Deanne's. Deanne's has outliers. These points way outside the graph are called outliers. Deanne's been thoughtful about it. Well, most of Deanne's other points are nicely scattered around the trend line to show conformity to the positive. See, Amy gave a celebration. Class, make sure you guys do give reactions. Your reactions should be actively working as we are doing the gallery walk to make your class feel so good about their slides. Right? This is all the kind of thoughtfulness people are putting into their slides. This is Eleanor. Eleanor has very strict kind of linear points that are sitting on the line, linear. And here is Jaden. Jaden has a nice, fun cartoon here to make us so happy about the work. Jaden's points are quite around the trend line and shows strong positive relationship. Jaden, look at the reactions you're getting from your class. This is Jesus' slide. Jesus, well done. See, points are so nicely scattered, and Jesus also has outliers. Jesus understands there will be points that are outlined, and the trend line will not consider them. Trend line ignores outliers. This is Julia's slide, quite linear, right on the trend line. Shows positive relation. Kyler is thinking. Here we are. Marissa, very nice. Dots are right around the trend line. This is Royal. Royal has 2 on top, 2 on the bottom to show the correlation, positive correlation. Safa's slide is here. The 3 points are here right around. Safa also has an outlier. Safa has also a y-intercept. This is Sheehan's slide. Sheehan is thinking. Zachary is thinking. And that's it. That was a lot of nice, good gallery, right? It opened up your mind, seeing the wonderful work your class is doing. Actually, one of actively participating, and most of you guys are in Nearpod and show your work. So now it's time to apply. Safa says there was no wrong answer. Safa, that's why the activity was called open-ended. Open-ended activities means you're open to answer. We will not consider it wrong. Now it is time to apply all the wonderful things we learned through the multiple different activities throughout the session. It is time to apply. Here are how the practice questions look like. And this is the first question, and it says, the manager of a restaurant recorded how many people were in different groups of customers and how much those groups spent on food and beverages. The scatter plot below shows the data she recorded. Based on the scatter plot, about how much money would a group of 10 people be expected to spend on food and beverages at this restaurant? Make prediction for 10 people. Your timer for 3 minutes starts now. I will be closely looking at your slide and be able to give you feedback. Now, Kyler, I received your response, Kyler. Now prove that the answer you got on your slide. Prove. Justify how you got the answer you got, Kyler. Yeah? Now prove it. Now that you know your answer is right, how will you prove it? I agree to Amy. Amy, I agree to you. You have proven your answer looks right, and it does look right, very precise. You're ready to move on to problem 2. Caden, prove the answer you got is the one you got. How will you justify this is the answer? Jaden, I agree to you. Very good, very good. Very precise answer. You are also ready to move on to problem 2, Jaden, at this time. So, Kyler, first, you do have a trend line. Now go to 10 people on the x-axis and prove that the number you got looks right. Go to 10 on the x and prove the number you got looks right. DNAs. I agree to you. Very precise answer. You're also ready to move on to problem 2. Alyssa, I was watching your thinking process. Wonderfully answered question. You justified your answer, and I agree to it. You're ready to move on, Alyssa. Caden, prove the answer you got looks like this one. So the trend line, Caden, the trend line needs to be ongoing, so you can predict for 10 people. Brianna is at mastery. And Brianna proved that even in yesterday's class. So Brianna, you move on to second question. Caden, I use the text tool and I create the line using these marks, the dotted lines or these marks, whatever you want to call it on the keyboard by the numbers, right? And I will use this for my trend line because it can rotate, it can drag. So notice Caden now, oh, I see. Someone want to be on the mic? Absolutely you can. And I will go drag the line here so that it's going to best represent the points, not away from the points, but right crossing through the middle trend line. So Caden, the number you chose does not match the number on the graph. Andromeda, my feedback is, notice, okay, I'm going to go and create another one and I will rotate it. Andromeda, notice the line from 10 is going to go and hit the trend line so you can read. Now you see Andromeda? The connecting point is a very nice, precise connecting point. Look at your connecting point. Do you think you really hit the trend line before you move left? When you went up to the trend line, did you even connect to the trend line before you hit left? That is my question. And let me see Caden. Caden, from 10, go straight up and hit the trend line like I did. From 10, go straight up. Kyler, are you watching my work, Kyler? I answered your question. I'm proving how the answer looks like what it does. You see here? Andromeda, yes, it is. Kyler, this is how you will prove it, dear. Andromeda, you are absolutely ready to move on. And here is your link to the next question. Question 2. Yes. See, Kyler, Caden, can you erase your trend line also and use the very straight line? And you will notice there will be a little difference in the answer because we are using some precise trend lines. Let's see. Eleanor. I agree to your answer, Eleanor. You have shown me mastery. You're ready to move on to the next question, Eleanor. Jesus. Very precise answer and you do it freehand. How do you do it, Jesus? Wonderfully answered. Excellent. Kyler, let me see. You changed your answer, Kyler? Kyler, give me thumbs up that you're listening. Then I'll be able to talk to you, Kyler. Kyler, you are. So, Kyler, think about your answer. Absolutely, Safa. Think about your answer, Kyler. Do you think this point of intersection is going to be more than 120? Do you think this point of intersection is going to be more than 120, Kyler? There you go. That's my feedback. Now, Safa, I'm back to you. I was trying to see Kyler's thinking. Safa, very precise answer, dear. I'm so proud of you. You are also ready to move on, and I really appreciate your patience, Safa. Um, Zach, let's see, Zach. I have feedback for you on my slide. Zach, this is the line you're missing, Zach, where the number of people is going to be 10, Zach. Can you sketch out a line and see the point of intersection? I see your point of intersection from my side, Zachary. It doesn't seem to be as high as 150, 160. Go check it out. Right, Zachary? You reconsider that one. Marissa. Let me see, Kyler. Marissa, very well answered. You are ready to move on. And Kyler. See, Kyler, I knew you can do it. You're also ready to move on to problem 2. Julia, I want to see your work. Caden. Beautifully answered, Caden. I agree to your answer. You are also ready to move on to problem 2. Very good, very good. Very precisely answered, Caden. Excellent. I'm looking at your scatter plot. Very nicely answered. So I have not heard from Brandon, Bryce, Julia, Royal. I have not received answers from you. You were also part of my thinking group. You are all part of my thinking group and I did not hear from you. Royal, Julia, Bryce, Brandon, Zachary, you're also in my thinking group. And we are in a very small group of 5 only at this time thinking about the problem. But I see Zachary is actively working. Brandon, Bryce, Julia, and Royal. Give me reactions that you are here, you are thinking about the problem. My thinking group, where are you? So let me see, Zachary, your slide. And on 10, Zachary, I have a feedback. Look at my trend line, how it is so close to the top points also. It is running so close to them. So it is the best representative line. It is not away, it is slightly touching through them. So it's not going to underestimate the answer. Right, Zachary? On this side. Not lower. Now it's even further away. It should run through the middle of the most of the points. Yes, very good, very good. Keep going a little bit more higher. There you are, there you are. Very nice, very nice. And now from the bottom, there's some points that are lying below. See if you can change the steepness. So from the bottom also, it runs through the middle, Zachary. Yes, yes. There you go, there you go. That's good, that's good. Very good, very good. Now look at your answer. Do you think the answer you chose seems to be a suitable answer? My thinking group, 150 seems to be suitable. Do you think the answer is even more than 140 right now? My thinking group, me and Zachary are working one-on-one on the question because the rest of the class is already looking at some. And this is the opportunity you are missing at this time. Make sure you show me some work. So Zachary, notice the point of intersection. Do you think this point is going to be more than 140? This is 140. Do you think this point is going to be higher than 140? Point of intersection. Yes. Notice this line marks 140, Zach, and this line marks 120. Do you think it lies, this point of intersection where it is meeting, lies between 120 and 140? In the next one, let me see. Kyler, reconsider it. Yeah. Let me see what Zachary will tell me. Zachary, 150 is going to be high up over here. Right? Over here, 150. But we are right over here. Right under 140 is here. This is the line for 140. Your answer is a little bit lower than 140. But your answer is more than 120. More than 120. Less than 140. Let me see what you will tell me. It is time for you to be thinking. As Zach is thinking, I'm going to go and look at my other thinking group. Brandon, Bryce, Julia, you are in my thinking group and we're thinking about the problem. Give me some kind of nudge, some kind of reaction to let me know you are thinking. This is the kind of individual feedback you get from me in my thinking group. Kyler, Kyler, are you around? Kyler, I'm trying my best to guide Zachary. How will you guide Zachary? This is Zachary's very precise trend line. You see? You like it? Now, oh, Zach already sees it. Let's see what Zach's going to tell us. Kyler, let's wait and watch. Andromeda is actually okay. Dianis, I received your comment in the chat, and we will look at it. We have some time. We are almost there guiding Zachary. We're almost there. Kyler and me watching Zachary's work. But, Dianis, we will make sure to answer your question too before the session will end. It is in between, but I made a mistake that it was 150. So, yes, let's see, Zachary, how you will change your answer. Kyler, you agree to Zachary? Kyler says yes. Give Zachary all the good reactions. Zachary, I am so proud of you. Very good, Zachary. Oh, Zachary, look at the reactions from the class. Seems like they were all watching and listening to us as they were doing their Nearpods. Nice. Zachary, definitely going to be so happy. Let's look at the second problem. And here it is. Seems like some of us have questions over the second problem. And here it is. What are the possible answers that you guys are getting for this question? What are the possible answers you guys are getting for this question? Make sure everybody has a trend line, because trend line is the one that will tell us, well, how to make a good prediction, right? Trend line is going to be really essential. From the top dot all the way to the bottom dot, the trend line passes through pretty nicely. Notice the top dots and the bottom dots are also on the line. Trend line passes through right in the middle pretty nicely. Let me see Amy's line. Brianna is heading there. Eleanor is there. Safa is there. Zachary is there. Okay. And I will duplicate the line so I can also have another one. It won't copy. Do something about it. Please copy it. It did. And 70. You want to make a prediction for 70. The problem with 70 is out of the graph. Is it true? 70 looks like a little out of the graph. How much? It looks a little out of the graph. Like maybe here. "70 hours of learning." 70 hours of learning seems to be a little bit out of the graph, x-axis, right, Dianis? And approximately I can say maybe here. That's like your point of intersection. Does that guide you enough where the answer will lie? There you are. Tyler, what did you get? Let's see what Brianna gets. Andromeda, I agree to you. Amy, I agree to you. Alyssa, very good. Let's see, Zachary has a very nice, precise trend line and that straight line. But Zachary, notice this is the this is how far away it's going to be from the graph. This is a 10. So the other 10 can be just this away, not more away, just this much away. Right, Zachary? Your distance way too much more away. Let's see. So you're going to get more precise answers. Safa, very good. Let's see what Jesus is going to get. Eleanor, I agree to you. Session is almost ending. So it's going to leave very little time for you to join the next class period. Answer seems to be right between 80 and 90. That was that got. Very good. Jesus. Andromeda. Yes. Okay. Absolutely, Alyssa. Very nicely answered. Okay. And we are ready to end the session. Everybody, let's hop into our fifth period. Yeah, Amy taught me. Amy saying this was son of Goku. Now, Amy, I don't even know all of that. I'm gonna go learn that. So I have some knowledge about what you guys will draw. But thank you for sharing, right, Amy? But yeah. Okay, we'll end the session here. We'll see each other tomorrow. Do not miss my mini class tomorrow. We're gonna have a fun session tomorrow.